Welcome back to parkbench.com/Monroe-CT. I'm Danielle Ronan with Ronan Associates of Keller Williams Realty. And it's election season here in Monroe. Standing with me today is Dee Dee Martin, who is the Democratic Minority Leader of the Monroe Town Council. Good morning, Dee Dee.
Good morning. How are you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. How are you doing?
Okay.
Wonderful. So why don't you tell us how you got started in politics?
Well, when I moved here, I moved from California. One of the first people I met was actually Karen Bernaska. Karen Bernaska was, at that time, she was on the Monroe Town Council. She ended up being elected as first selectman. And Karen said to me, you know, we have children the same age. Let's do something for the community. I had been in the Junior Women's Club and PTO kind of things. And she said, let's go and see the Democrats and let's see what we can offer them. I said, okay. And it's all history after that, I guess. Many, many years working with Karen and with Democrats in town.
So tell me how many years you've been involved with the Monroe Democratic Committee.
I would say probably over 25 years. I started out on the Board of Health, and then I was on the Park and Rec Commission, which was an exciting time because it was when they were doing the park at the lake, when they redid the lake. I did the Massic Renovation Committee, which was exciting because I had children who were in the school, so it was exciting to see that take shape too. And an opportunity arose for me to run for election, and I said yes, that I would do that. Initially starting filling a vacancy on the town town council, and then I ran for election, and it's just history after that, I guess.
So what has surprised you most with your role on the town council over these years?
Well, what's interesting as far as my role is being in the minority, it's difficult to have that voice. When you're in the minority, your feeling is that you need to represent the people who are not represented, that other half of people that need a voice. It's difficult sometimes for that voice to be heard when you're in the minority. So, that I have struggled with that, continually trying to let people know that there's two sides to every issue. There's another way to look at things, and there's another way to approach things.
Now, I know you have some freshmen on the slate.
We do.
What advice would you give to these aspiring leaders?
I think what I try to work with them is it's kind of the old-fashioned way. I do a lot of door-to-door. I think in a community like Monroe, that's the way you reach people. I go to your door. Some people don't like it. I'm not selling anything. I'm selling perhaps a concept, but I go to your door and say, hi, I'm Dee Dee Martin, and I'll take them with me to meet people. I think in a community like Monroe, people need to know that you're there to talk to them and that they can reach you, so you want to talk to them about what your ideas are on economic development, what your ideas are on bonding, not necessarily sexy things, but things that are important to people, I think.
Okay, so you're being a role model for them. Who were your idols and role models in the political world?
Well, definitely Karen Bernaska. Karen had a way of explaining to people that you could disagree without being disagreeable, which you don't necessarily see a lot of in this day and age. And she was able to project that and work with both sides and make people comfortable coming to her. That, to me, that was really something to emulate.
Yeah, and that's a lost art that we desperately need back in our society. So what are your plans? What are your goals as a community leader moving forward?
Well, I'd like not to be in the minority. That would be a really unique experience. And those, issues that are important to us, like economic development, and I think we need to look at something like the bonding issues. Are we using enough of the roads? Huge issue as I go door to door and talk to people. That's something they're really concerned about. Why isn't my road being done? You need to be able to address that, and you need to be able to find the money to do that. So it's a balancing act. So, but it's exciting. I like doing it.
You mentioned earlier that you're not native to Monroe, that you've actually came from Michigan and then to California and then found your way here. Tell me a little bit about why you chose to live in Monroe and what you love most about this town.
Well, I chose to live in Monroe because we could afford to live in Monroe. That even way back then, it was an affordable community. I had 2 small young children at the time. I have 3 now. And the schools were highly recommended to us by real estate people and people that we met when we came to the community. And that was something that was really important to us, having young children. And Monroe seemed to be the package, and I still think it's the package. I've been here over 40 years now. It's my town. I love it here. There's problems here, but it's still that small town feel of people volunteering. When you think about the politics of it, which is what we're talking about, most of the people in politics are volunteers. They don't get paid. The first selectman gets paid, but everybody else, the people on the council, Board of Ed, Finance, all the boards and commissions, they're volunteers. They give their time because they care about their community. And that's the core of why you do something like this.
And I love this town too, which is why I've been here for 10 years. So thank you so much for taking the time to speak with me and sharing with our audience everything that you and the Democratic slate has to offer to Monroe residents this year. And don't forget to get out and vote Tuesday, November 5th. If you're not registered, there's still time to register. Get out there and make your vote count. Thank you so much for tuning in to parkbench.com/Monroe-CT.